Welcome everybody, and I just want to go into our group and make sure that everybody who's trying to get in there's always people at the last minute. All right, so now you guys are all in, and let me make sure that we're actually streaming, and we are. Good, and I have 10,000 documents open, so I'm going to get to the right one.
Someday.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to How to Align with the Bounty of the Universe. We did a lot of clearing yesterday, and today we're going to be really getting connected in and aligning you with the bounty of the universe. We're so happy to get to connect with all of you guys. We're so happy that you're here in the middle of a summer day, even. And we're excited to do part 2 of the healing that we have planned for you today. So we just want to give you a quick recap of yesterday's call. And if you missed it, you can go back and watch it. You can stay and receive the healing that we have for you today, and then go back and watch yesterday later. Yesterday, we got to talk about spiritual technologies and what those are. We got to share about a small handful of the technologies that we work with. We're going to be sharing more about those today. And then we did a healing for you all yesterday. We worked with multiple sacred light technologies yesterday to clear out patterns of lack, all types of lack, whether it's a lack of support, a lack of love, vitality, peace, a lack of abundance, going all the way through your ancestral lines, in fact, all the way through your soul's experience of these patterns, all the way back to the original seed point of creation of these patterns. And we did this with sacred light technologies, which we have found nothing that do that as powerfully, effectively, and quickly as they do. So if you were here yesterday, we'd love to hear how you're feeling. Some of you are already sharing in the comments how you're feeling. Some of you were a little wiped out yesterday. You probably slept really well. And so share in the comments and let us know if you were here yesterday and how you're feeling.
Hey, good. And so I want to acknowledge Kelly here too. So seeing you, Kelly, and sending lots of love. That's a hard thing that you are in the midst of there. So sending lots of love. This is a good place for you to be. You're in good company for support on all levels, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, right? So I appreciate all of the kind comments going out to you as well, Kelly. Appreciate those from all of you that are supporting Kelly as well, is what I meant to say. So thank you so much for that. Lots of big hugs. So yes, there's a lot that you guys are processing out, and today we get to experience more of these sacred light technologies that are amazing to have at your fingertips to work with here, and as well as the sacred light activation style tools. Today we're going to be using those to bring in and align you with a new truth, a positive experience, so that you can begin to create your reality from the energy and perspective of that new truth, which is the opposite of lack. It's the experience of abundance in all of its forms. Through these technologies, you will expand your ability to understand and know abundance, and to embody an expanded view and perspective of abundance, which will bring you into a new level of connection with what abundance truly is, which is bounty. We got to talk about how we live in a bountiful universe, right? Our universe is bounty, and how you are the universe. right? You are bounty. But when we come to know ourselves as something specific, then our reality will begin to transform to reflect that knowing back to us. And we also talked about how the universe doesn't respond to our desires. It responds to who we know ourselves to be. Okay, so this is real manifestation. And we have heard from so many of you on your personal experiences, excuse me, with the incredible clearing and healing that the technologies brought through on our call yesterday. And today we expect no less. A little dry spot. In fact, a few of you, we just wanted to share what a few of you had to say on our call yesterday after the healing and clearing work that we did. Just some quotes from some of you that you shared. All of my atoms are vibrating. Love that one. Lots of clearing. Wow, this was so, so beautiful, so powerful, just divine. Thank you. Deeply beautiful ladies. It was so needed. Be blessed. So love that, and love receiving that blessing right back. Such a beautiful energy to be in this community with you all. Thank you. Huge amount of energy, sleepy feeling, and now feeling very light. I feel a buzzing throughout my body. So grateful. So many good shares. Another said, wow, wonderful energies. I felt all of them, gentle but powerful, but the Merkaba was so potent. I felt it going around so fast that I felt so much heat, like I was burning up. Wow. Yes, sometimes our bodies will literally heat up. We can experience what feels like maybe a hot flash when we're really in that intense receiving and beginning to process a healing. Another shared so many feelings and body sensations, structure coming in, specific ancestors came up. That's so cool. Another said, thank you, was feeling heavy before, but feeling so much lighter now. So, and those are just a few, many wonderful comments. And we love it when we do classes like this and we get to, share powerful healing with our community and get to hear your experiences, not just for us to hear them, but it helps everyone that's participating, right? Just to be a part of what everyone's experiencing, see how everyone else is feeling and experiencing what's happening. So thank you for sharing. We really appreciate it. So we talked about spiritual technologies. We talked about what they are as best we can because they're intangible, right? But the healing that they bring is incredibly tangible. You experienced it yourself on our call yesterday. You're going to experience it again today. And you're going to continue to experience them as what we've done yesterday together, what we're going to do together today, and how we've also mentioned that repeating these at least a couple more times. For some of you, you may feel like you want to repeat them several times. They're going to continue to bring you results. Okay. You are still processing out many different types of energy patterns from the clearing work we did yesterday. That's still happening, even if you haven't repeated the healing, because the technologies, one of the things that we love about them so much, and we got to touch on this a little bit yesterday as well, but is that they come in to do a task, to do a job, and they stay present until the task is complete. So we're able to bring through so much with the technologies, and what you're actually receiving may be a process of unfolding for you for days and maybe even weeks to come. So you're still going to be continuing to receive benefits, even just from that first time of receiving yesterday's healing and the first time that you're going to receive what we're going to do together today. So I just wanted to share about that a little bit because you're going to be noticing some shifts. You're going to be noticing some changes, and they may not be happening all at once. So you may have some of these aha moments over the next days or weeks to come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the amazing things about these technologies is that they really stay. They even though they're sort of intangible, they're actually very tangible and they stay in place. Unlike some other healing tools that we have to repeat the healing more often, the technologies help anchor all of that in. So we wanted to share with you guys all about a few more of these technologies and how they came in for us and some ways that we have worked with them. So we're going to start with sharing about the sacred light vortex, which was actually the first technology that ever came in. And the first iteration of that technology was actually called the vortex of creation. And this actually came in for a private client who was, she was at a Mind Valley. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Mind Valley, but they're a sort of a spiritual collective classroom. They do a lot of classes, and every summer they host a big school where people go and they stay, for weeks or months at a time and take different courses there. And she was taking one of the courses she was taking was on stage speaking, and she'd never done anything like that before, and she was nervous, and so I was helping her with that. And this technology came in for her to activate around her while she was working on her speech and while she was on stage, and she was doing a speech about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And just to really, for her to connect more tangibly with the information that's in the quantum field. Everything exists within the quantum field. And so she wanted to be able to connect actually energetically with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and, the energies, and really kind of channel that more effectively. And so she did that while she was writing her speech, and she activated the vortex around her while she was on stage. And she later shared with me that she felt like he was actually there, present with her, guiding her. And she received a standing ovation. And she was the only person in that sort of group or class that received a standing ovation. And that was the first stage speech that she'd ever given. So that was the first awareness that we had of the purpose of that technology. And it has since grown and expanded much. And it has actually two layers within it. One of them is for receiving and channeling, basically. So she was able to actually tap in and channel Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., like literally, and channel information. We can also channel energies that we're wanting to connect to bring something into our life, into our reality that we're not experiencing now. So manifestation, co-creation. And there's also another layer that is, I see it spinning, clockwise and counterclockwise. So there's another layer that's working to clear energy. And the way that this is working is to make, so Kimberly and I both do, the majority of our work is with groups, large groups. And so we're not working a lot with individual, private individuals where we can, tune in and tap in and individually clear, all the things that we can see in their field that need to be resolved. So the vortex came in to actually come around each person every time we're doing healing work. It's actually built into Sacred Light Open. And what it does is it turns the group healing work into more of an individual healing work. So each individual person is receiving exactly what they need. And it also works with when we're working with private, individuals to clear things that we may not have awareness of even or have language for. And so it's really multifunctional. I use the vortex of creation personally a lot in manifestation work. And I always activate it around myself when I am working on channeling, when I'm writing, when I'm working on creating a program or a new healing tool, it's super supportive. I actually activated it earlier today for myself when I was working on clearing some big things that came up for me unexpectedly, just like an hour ago, that I needed support with, and some big stuff. And it's helped me. I guess I can be a little bit transparent with you guys here. It's helped me not be in a completely freaked out panic mode, which I would be otherwise about some of the things that I was faced with suddenly about an hour ago. And I can actually be here with you guys and be calm and present and allow the healing that is meant to come through for you guys as a group as a completely clear channel because of these technologies that we're working with. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be able to be on this call with you guys today, quite frankly. So they're miraculous, and they're working for us in ways that we don't even understand or realize. We're coming to understand these tools more and more every single day. And the more of you guys that have these tools and technologies and are using them, in ways that we might not even think of, the more understanding we get from that as well. So that's just a really personal and tangible example that I can give for you right now, how it's actually literally working for me right now, in a way that is extraordinarily supportive.
That's the best example I think we'll probably give today. So yeah. And hearing from more of you here too. Mary says, I only just did it about an hour ago. So the feeling from yesterday. So feeling pretty grounded and cocooned and safe. Monica says feeling well from yesterday. Yeah. Good. There's a few other comments in here too, but I think I've slept through everything yesterday like I always did in the energetic allergy healing course. Yes. Some of you are sleeping through the healings so that you can, that's just one of the ways that we get out of our own way, so to speak, so that the healing can really go in and be fully received, kind of a way to get past our own resistance. So we do that. So yes. So I'm going to give you let's talk about another one of these technologies here. I'm going to talk about the sacred light filter for a moment. This was actually the first technology that came in for me that I became aware of. And it came in for a very specific purpose. And it's just a phenomenal technology. And as Alicia was mentioning with the vortex, when it came in, we understood it to work so effectively at a specific thing. Since then, we've learned we can use it for many different types of things, but I will just share a bit how that came in. I had gone through a relationship that had ended. It had been over for some months, but the person there basically were trying to really kind of hook in to me energetically on a regular basis. And it was causing me pain across my back, like kind of where your shoulder blades, like just above your bra strap, basically, like right in there, like a shelf of pain. And I was like, I didn't know what it was, right? I'm like, well, I've got this pain and I couldn't quite touch it. I couldn't quite see it. Sometimes we need outside perspective on things that we're too close to. So, what do? Is I call Alicia because this is what we do for each other. And, she tuned into it and she could very clearly see this person's energy and how that was trying to get into my field, kind of almost like coming into the back door of the heart, trying to get in through the back, infiltrate my energy and hook in. And, Alicia was helping me to clear that energy out, resolve that, and then the pain would disappear, right? So there you have that tangible proof of what you intuited, right? And then the healing that you also are guided to do to clear it, right? So, but what would happen is a week later, sometimes less, sometimes a little more, that pain would be back. And it would be the same person and the same problem over and over again. So, we get to a position, a place in our lives where, okay, we're done. We're so done with this experience, right? We're ready to not have this happening anymore. And so that's, for me, that's where I go into that place of asking to be shown. Okay, what do we need? What are we missing here? What else do we need to know? There has to be a way to stop this from happening moving forward, right? Had that thought, asked the universe, put that out there, and woke up the next morning with this technology, the sacred light filter. And I was shown some imagery of how I could relate to it as a spiritual technology. And then I was shown how to use it, how to work with it. And what I was shown to do specifically for myself in this situation was I saw this technology come in to my energy systems, right? And an anchor into my energy systems. And I heard to attune it to, or kind of calibrate it to, basically give it a job, give it some instructions. I heard to attune it to the energies of this person and any and all entities, trauma, emotions, any low vibrational energy patterns that they were carrying that was kind of infiltrating my field and causing me pain, right? And I thought, okay, well, that's interesting. Let's see what happens, right? And the pain disappeared and did not come back. And that was, I don't know, Alicia, 3 years ago?
Years ago. That was
Oh
years
my
ago.
gosh, way more than 3 years ago. Wow. So I had, to really think about that. So, so that's the sacred light filter. And since then, we've learned we can use it for many things. And in fact, we used it yesterday. We might not have said it out loud, but it was definitely working with you in the work that we did yesterday. We've come to find it is a really amazing anchor for anchoring in healing. So you can use it to anchor in a healing. You can use it in the way I just shared, to use it with, to filter out and bring in a protection for an unwanted energy that's, infiltrating your field. Okay. So that's one way that you can use this filter type technology. But another way, as we've found, is you can also anchor in something that you want to align yourself to, a new experience, a new creation, a new belief, a new feeling, right? And when you do that, it anchors that in for you, then also works to filter out different energy patterns that are in opposition to that, and remove them from your systems. So, but with that said, it's also just an amazing anchor in general, to anchor in healing. We didn't know that in the beginning, that took time to discover that sort of facet of that technology. So it's actually part of Sacred Light Close, another tool that's part of Co-Creating Miracles with Sacred Light, which is a tool that we created that has many technologies to anchor in a healing, as well as to assist with processing and integrating healing and kind of flushing out toxins and stuff leaving the body as well. So a little bit about Sacred Light Close, but that sacred light filter. And this is how so many of these technologies have come in for us. And some have come in for us directly at Mount Shasta. Some we've come to understand kind of trickle in, or sort of drop in after, because sometimes we receive so much when we're there, we can't even, it can't all fully drop in. We have to process some in like chunks, if you will, and then more will drop in, and you process that and connect in with that, and then more will drop in. So it's been just a fascinating, endlessly fascinating journey and experience working with these technologies.
And, a lot of these tools have come in, the examples that we just gave, a couple of them are very personal examples. And we are people, just like all of you guys are, and we're living in this human experience, and we have the same problems and issues that you guys have. And the difference in how we are now versus how we were 10, 20 years ago is that we have the tools to support us when these things happen. It's not that nothing bad happens or we don't deal with all the life stuff that everybody else deals with, but we've been given tools to support us. And more importantly, we've been given tools to support all of you who are drawn to this work, and to even take that a step further and pass these tools on to those of you who are called to be able to create more of a ripple effect in the world. And so a lot of the things that we have, that we offer, that we've received and created are for ourselves first, before then we use them with other people or pass them on in our certification classes.
Very true. Very, very true. And a couple of the technologies, we'll share really quickly. These are some of the well, no, let's see here. We're going to share just a little bit too about a couple of the technologies that have streamed in when we have directly in Shasta while we were there. Again, we receive a lot of information when we go there, but we don't always have it all unpacked
right
while we're there. So sometimes we receive things and it gets unpacked sort of immediately, if you will, instantaneously. And a couple of those tools we'd like to share about here. One of those is the intention alignment technology. And this is one of the technologies that's at work for you right now. That is one of those that we love to use to create a healing container, which we did together. That's one of the first things we did together on our call yesterday, to really create that perfect, optimal healing environment, to accelerate healing, and to help us to do that in ways that are also that we can do it with more ease, in a sense also. So the intention alignment technology is one of those technologies that we kind of put in a group of some of these technologies that have come in that are really amazing at helping us with what we're working to create in our lives. So manifesting, co-creation. So this is one of those tools. So it's a sacred light technology, and it's also an activation to anchor your intentions into the highest light available, connecting you and aligning you with the information, codes, and keys that you need to co-create your intentions in your physical reality. But it also, you can use it again, multiple ways, as really all of these technologies offer. You can use it to work to heal parts and aspects of self that need healing, to come into a more and more fine-tuned balance within your divine masculine and divine feminine. Strengthen and clear your chakras, subtle bodies, and light fields. Create more space within you so that you can expand your light quotient, to awaken and reconnect you with your cellular memories, abilities, knowledge, and wisdom of ascended Atlantean and Lemurian times and other ascended life experiences, soul experiences that we've had as well, to take you into that next level of expansion into sovereignty, creating a unified field of connection within you to all star seeds on this planet and beyond, so that you have the strength and the power beyond what you hold individually, helping you to feel really supported on this healing / ascension journey that we're all on. So this particular technology came in a really, profound way also. So there's a place that we like to visit when we go to Shasta. It's the Shasta Pyramid. And also on the land where this pyramid is, there is what the people that own the land and have built these structures called the Christ Consciousness Machine. And it's basically this massive sacred geometry that's really, really powerful. And you can sit inside of it for 30 minutes. So what was so fascinating to Alicia and I about this particular technologies, it kind of came in two parts, one for myself and one for Alicia, one in the Christ Consciousness Machine and one the second part inside the pyramid. So and it came in kind of like in a journey style fashion or way. So as soon as we, as soon as our time was up in the pyramid and we were on our way, we had to pull over really quickly just on the side of the road and get out a notepad and start writing down, all the stuff that was streaming in for us while it was really fresh in our minds. So and it's a tool that we use over and over and over again when we're working, especially when we're working with creating, right? Manifestation, working with intentions, and creating amazing containers for healing and support. And another tool that came, or not really a tool, technology, we use these as tools, right? It was Calibrate to Create and the Bounty of the Universe. Those came in together in tandem at another location at Mount Shasta just last summer when we were there. And we were like, that was also a really profound experience. And they contained so much energy, like the most energy I think we've ever received at one time ever. And we have to, just in all transparency, it was a little much for our systems to process. Just those two really kind of heavy duty technologies right there. There's actually multiple technologies working within each one of those together. So yeah, we were buzzing. There was a lot.
And we received multiple things in a specific location in Shasta called Fairy Falls. And we're just a little side note because we're really excited about it. We get to go there with our retreat guests and attune them to those very tools in the exact place that we received them in just like less than 3 weeks now.
Oh.
And we'll be recording that attunement for the Co-Creating Miracles course as well. So we've never gotten to do that before, like actually give the attunement to other people in the exact energy that we received these things in.
Yes, and we're going to do the same with the intentional alignment technology in the pyramid. So we're going to be attuning those coming to the retreat right in the pyramid itself to that. And again, we'll record that as well. So that is going to also be for people joining us for Co-Creating Miracles with Sacred Light certification. So they're really in that energy as well, even if you're not present with us at the retreat. So it's going to be amazing. We're so excited. And then I think that, what else?
So the Bounty of the Universe also came in that same place. We're going to be using that with you guys today. And the Sacred Light Purify and Protect technology. We also worked with both of those with that yesterday.
And
So
Calibrate to Create. So all three of those are working for you. Well, Bounty of the Universe we're working with today. Calibrate to Create and the Sacred Light Purify and Protect technology are already working for you. They're part of that container creation for you that we did yesterday.
Yeah. So we first taught Co-Creating Miracles with Sacred Light, which is where all of these technologies live. That's where we pass those particular tools on to other people. It's a certification class, meaning you are certified with permission to use these tools with other people, in addition to yourself, of course. We first taught this class in 2018, so 5 years ago now. And at that time, the first time we taught that class, we had only received 4 technologies, which when we look at this class now, we're like, wow, because there are now 21 tools and technologies that we're passing on in our upcoming certification. And 11 of these are brand new. No one besides the two of us has access to these yet. So we cannot wait to get these into the hands of other people so that you guys can begin using them. But some of the original ones, so the vortex, the Sacred Light Vortex was one of the original ones. And then the others were the Sacred Light Temple, the Sacred Light Reader, and Akasha. So once these particular energies come in and become activated for you, they work a little bit differently than some of the other things we're talking about. They become a part of you. They're always working for you. They're activating within you with what you need to connect in with higher truth, with wisdom, with knowledge, to basically to access the information you're seeking in order to create the healing, co-create the healing, or co-create the manifestation. They help to increase your intuition like nothing else I've ever worked with. They help connect you into truth, which is really important because there's so much distorted energy and distorted information out there. It's important, it's vital when we're doing healing work or co-creation work or living in this world that we have access to the pure information, the truth, not the distorted information. And they have helped us and those who are working with these to access higher levels of discernment. And that's one of the things that really elevated for both of us when we began working with these 5 years ago. So if you were to come through the class and have these tools, you would be able to access and activate more of your multidimensionality, meaning more of who you are on a soul level, not just this one little human aspect of ourselves. Expanding your ability to connect with and access the unlimited knowledge within your own your Akashic records, your soul records, the information of your entire soul experience, and the Akash for others, if you're working with other people, for the intent of healing. So when we talk about the soul records, we're talking about the Akashic records, which most people refer to in the Akashic records, and that's the records of our human existence in multiple lifetimes on this planet. But we also are accessing the galactic Akash, meaning our soul's experience in other places, not just planet Earth or Gaia. Most of us, if not all of us, have experiences in multiple other places, other timelines, other dimensions, other realities. So those tools are they become part of who you are versus working with them specifically and individually. Many of the Sacred Light technologies function to do deep clearing work. So as we're talking about some of these technologies, some of them, most of them, all of them have multiple functions, but some of them have more of a main function. And some of these are doing the deep clearing work, and they partner well together because they're accomplishing something similar, but working with different aspects of a pattern or a trauma or an issue that you're working with. So the transfiguration device is one that we utilize in almost every single healing. It has a laser focus, and it's extremely versatile. It can be used for both clearing and bringing in energy. So again, it's also helpful in using with that manifestation or co-creation work. But it has laser focused precision down to the very cells, the DNA, the atoms, the molecules. You can get really creative with this. We use it oftentimes with one of the newer technologies, the spinning top, which I'll mention next, where we're laser focusing so oftentimes we'll be using these tools in conjunction with our other healing tools, like sacred light activation style healing tools, energetic allergy healing, sacred soul alignment. So we will run those other healing frequencies through the transfiguration device and into the spinning top. And this is a sacred technology that's working to break up dense energies and clear them out and dissolve them. It's useful for working on a large scale, like with the ancestral line, karma, trauma, dance emotions, patterns that go, long, wide, broad. Um, but it also can work on a smaller level with energies such as tumors, blockages, inflammation. I mentioned a brief story yesterday about my partner who was having some major hip pain. He needs a hip replacement ultimately. But until or if he ever does that, I do healing work with him all the time. And this is one of the things that I do. I created a big healing for him that has all these things in it. And I run it through the transfiguration device into the spinning top. And then I bring that in directly into his joints and his hip where the cartilage is gone. And so I work on it to use it to clear the inflammation, and it works almost immediately every single time. It's really fun to witness, actually. We've used it, for different things like, breaking up things in the body, physical things, actually. It can be used with connections between people. So within relationships that are chaotic or disharmonious, or where you're, taking on a lot of energy from somebody else, or even entities that might be attached to them. With places, maybe we have a trauma in a specific place that we've experienced, and there's a connection there. With patterns, that we're wanting to dissolve, it can be brought in and used with that. So these are all very creative. So if you're a creative person, you would be somebody that would love working with these technologies, because you can get super, super creative with them. And then the sacred light excavation technology, we use all of these in conjunction with each other. And so with this, originally we used to call this the Roto-Rooter. So for those of you, I don't know if that's just an American thing, but it's a plumbing tool. It's called the Roto-Rooter, but we changed the name to excavation technology because Roto-Rooter is actually a trademarked name. But it goes in and it breaks up like big things, like the physical Roto-Rooter to actual physical technology. It will break up like roots that have grown into a plumbing system, something like that, big energies that are difficult to break up. So we can bring that in, and it will break up those big energy patterns, those big traumas that may have become hardened or crystallized, calcified. And then we can bring in the other tools, the transfiguration device and the spinning top, to then clear those out that have been broken up. So they work well seamlessly together to create a major, major healing and transformation. And then Kim just shared about the sacred light filter. So that would be in that category as well. And then one of the really new technologies that have come in just in the last, I guess, 3 months or so, is the sacred light turbine technology. We used this yesterday with you guys, and this is clearing out really core patterns, also that sort of webbing energy. We talked about that one yesterday as well. So those kind of all fall into that category of more of the clearing focus tools, although they can be used for other things as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're going to share about a few more of these here too, because and then we're going to get right into that healing work. It's good to have that understanding of what is coming in for you, how it's working for you, so that you can connect to that information better and understand your experience better as well. So there's another group of sort of another way we can group some of these technologies. So these 21 that we're working with today, we can hardly believe how many there are here. So
right, there's a lot.
There are. So there's another sort of grouping that we could talk about, and that's that the group of technology that their primary function is to create, manifest, and transform. And we've talked about some of these already. Calibrate to create, sacred light intention alignment tool, and the sacred light bounty of the universe. Sacred light satellite also, which is we haven't got to talk about this much today, but we're going to work with it. Didn't get to use this or talk about this yesterday, but we are using it today. So we want to talk about it a little bit here today.
And while you're talking about that, I'm actually going to share on the screen a picture of this technology. We
Wonderful.
actually were able to capture this in a picture that we took. So I'm going to share that.
And it's actually where in the location that this came in on. So we couldn't believe it when we saw it after. But it's a multidimensional technology, and it's working to both receive information and messages from your higher self, aspects of you, and other times and dimensions. So that multidimensionality there. To receive information or messages from other light beings, ascended masters, angels, other high dimensional beings, as well as you can use it as a location device to locate possibly like a part or an aspect of yourself that you have been fragmented from or disconnected from, locating the exact timelines and information you need within the Akash or the quantum field, or even the root of a pattern or issue, so that it can be addressed and dissolved. So it's like you could look at it like a discovery tool, a finding tool. It's locating a particular frequency that you may be wanting to align with to co-create into your reality, acting to tune you to a specific channel, so to speak. So it's like tuning you into a specific channel. So we're working with this today. So stay tuned for that, and you're going to have that experience of how that's working for you. And also within this group would be sacred light open doors, which we're also going to work with today, along with the sacred light satellite and that bounty of the universe. So sacred light open doors is a technology that combines has multiple layers to it. And it's working to clear out both big and small energy patterns that are blocking the door, so to speak, to what you're working on creating in your life. Energies that can be so effectively blocking the door that you can't even find or see the door, let alone open that door and step through it. You know, how many times have we been stuck in a place that we can't seem to find our way out of, right? Or, you know, searched so hard for a piece of information that we know we need, and it feels so elusive, you know, whether it's to improve our health or, you know, help ourselves out in some other way. This is the tool. This is the technology to use in those types of situations, to help clear out what's keeping you stuck and help you to, you know, step through that door, become unstuck, you know, and find what you've been needing and what you've been searching for, so that you can have that in your life, or, you know, create that in your reality. So it's clearing what's in the way of your desires, your intentions, while simultaneously aligning you with the information that you need to locate and open the right door, that optimal door to the timeline that holds what you're asking for. And we're going to be using it to do just that today in a very specific way. Another thing that it's doing is it's opening doors within, right down to the DNA, to activate dormant cellular memories, to bring in healing, and to clear patterns at the cellular level. So multifunctional tool, many ways to use it. And this is not a brand new tool, but it's not one that we've been able to pass on to others. So it's just the two of us using this so far, and we're still learning many of its uses. So, and then there's just a few others that are also, and then and these are all energies you're going to be stepping into. So we really want to share just a little bit more about these today. The Sacred Light Joy of Life is in the same group or a category of tools and technologies. And this technology is activating and anchoring the highest perspective of joy, activating your cellular memory of the frequency of joy so that you can remember how to create this for yourself in this lifetime, okay, in this reality. When we anchor specific frequencies within us, a few different things take place. We begin to align with those frequencies. We are now in motion, right? Moving out what we hold that's not in alignment with those frequencies and magnetizing or attracting what is in alignment with those frequencies, ultimately over time becoming the embodiment of joy itself. The more we embody joy, the more we transmit that out into the world, activating that vibration for the planet and all life on it as well. And then there's the sacred light, unbounded love of heaven. And we're so used to hearing about unconditional love. We got to talk about this a little bit yesterday on our call, and talking about what bounty is, that bounty of the universe, and love itself, and what could it possibly mean when we say something like unbounded love. What could that mean? Because we're so used to hearing about unconditional love, but that we need to love ourselves and others unconditionally. We've been on this journey of learning how to move into greater embodiment of love without condition, right? So what's that unbounded love of heaven, right? It's bigger than unconditional love. It stretches beyond unconditional love into love with no bounds, no limitations. It's endless, it's infinite. So this incredible technology, which like many of these are actually multiple technologies working together to bring in this perspective, activating the cellular memory of these frequencies of unbounded love, awakening you to the truth that this is actually who you are. And of course, once we have the memory of something, that the blueprints, so to speak, then we can begin to create from that knowing, transforming our lives to match that blueprint, right? That's true manifestation. So these are all technologies that are part of Co-Creating Miracles with Sacred Light. Many of these are brand new, and we're working with quite a few of these today.
Yes, we are. So we're almost ready to dive into the healing, just mentioning a couple more that you guys are going to be receiving today. So the Sacred Light Golden Orb of Protection we used yesterday. This is one of the ones that function primarily for protection, but it's also beautiful for sealing in the healing at the end and holding potent high frequency energies. So we're going to be ending our healing with that today. And then one more that we haven't mentioned, it is a special, more of an activation style healing tool that is technology specific. And so we include it in this class. And it's really, it's a multidimensional, multifunctional technology, really, but it's doing many things. And it's working to basically upgrade your energy system, to dissolve energies of outdated spiritual elements, energies, embedded technologies that we may be holding in our systems that may have been compromised, that are maybe no longer in alignment with us, that we are unknowingly carrying. And they may have come in from past teachers or healers that we've worked with, or experiences that we've had in life. But when we're holding on to things that are outdated or have become distorted, it can create blocks, inflammation, pain. It can create a situation where we can't bring new things in because we already have, our space is already being taken up by that. And it's also upgrading and expanding the technologies that we are holding on to that are serving us to the highest light that is available to you in that moment. And so we include this in our Co-Creating Miracles with Sacred Light class, so that when you're working with these technologies, you can periodically run this for yourself or whoever you're working with to really keep everything upgraded and updated, kind of like we update the operating system of a computer regularly. All of the technologies that we're working with are also providing ascension-focused support. That's the purpose, really, of all the work that we do is to support ourselves and humanity into moving into these higher new earth, heaven on earth frequencies. That's the mission that we both have in this lifetime. And everyone who is here on this call with us or watching the replay, if you found this call, that is also you. So now that you hopefully have a deeper understanding of the tools that we're going to be working with today and that we worked with yesterday, let's dive into the healing experience that we have for you today. By the way, if you're interested, you may be interested by now in learning how you can get attuned to and how to use these technologies for yourself and others. We are going to share about that, about the upcoming certification class that we have after the healing today. But we want to give you guys the healing experience because not all of you guys might be interested in doing this work for yourself or others or taking this class. So we're going to give you the healing experience first, but just a heads up, if you want to learn anything more about that, we are going to be sharing about that at the end of the call today.
And we have a couple of really great bonuses to offer as well. So stay tuned.
Yes.
All right. So I know you're ready for the healing. We're ready to do the healing. Alicia's going to get that going for us all.
Oh, this is a great question. What does one need protection from? That could be an entire week-long master class on itself. But let's answer that question after the healing today, because we'll briefly answer it. But that's a great question because there's many things that we may need protection from. Okay, so you guys know a little bit of the drill already from yesterday. This will probably take about 20 to 30 minutes for this healing. So just get really comfortable. And I'm going to go ahead and be the one to guide us into that connection today.
Okay, and I'm going to record this also when you're ready.
Oh, perfect. All right. I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Good. So just take a moment to get comfortable. Sitting up with your spine straight and your feet flat on the ground or lying flat. Just really settling into your body and bringing all of your awareness into the present moment and just relax. Closing your eyes, allowing yourself to land right here, right now. Allowing your body to relax even more. And now placing your focus and awareness, and you can place your hand also on your heart and just breathe. Allowing your breath to slow and deepen, breathing as if you're breathing directly from your heart. Allowing your inhale and exhale to slow to about a count of 5. Inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continuing this long, slow, deep breath through your heart as you bring your awareness to the energy of compassion. Compassion is one of the highest frequencies that we can access as human beings and one of the building blocks of creation. So when we engage compassion, we're engaging with our creator self. We invite you to see, sense, feel, or imagine the energy of compassion as a beautiful pink light surrounding you. And as you breathe through your heart, using your intention to breathe that pink light of compassion into your heart, allowing this energy to fill and expand your heart. And with your next breath, allowing this energy of compassion to expand into every cell of your body, feeling the cells of your body vibrating with the frequency of compassion. And with your focus and awareness on your heart, feeling into the heart to heart connection between your heart and the heart of Gaia, and your heart and the heart of creation, pure source energy. Noticing the beautiful golden light in the heart of Gaia and the glorious iridescent light in the heart of creation. And now, with your next breath, simultaneously begin to breathe this golden light from Gaia and iridescent light from the heart of creation into your heart. And as you breathe these energies into your heart, allowing the golden light from Gaia and iridescent light from the heart of creation to merge with the pink light of compassion, creating a beautiful iridescent rose gold light. Allowing this light to expand your heart even more. And with your next inhale, allowing this light to fill all the cells of your body. Allowing this beautiful iridescent rose gold light to expand beyond your physical body, going 12 feet out in all directions, filling your entire toroidal field, your entire energy field, creating a beautiful iridescent rose gold ball of light that you are in the center of. And just taking a moment here to notice how loved, nurtured, safe, and protected you are in this space. And as you continue breathing through your heart, imagining the beautiful iridescent light flowing down from the heart of creation, connecting you with the energy of all that is, with potential, with possibility, with pure source energy. Allowing this energy to move through your entire pillar of light, traveling all the way down into the heart of Gaia. And imagining the beautiful golden light from the heart of Gaia flowing up, connecting you with the infinite wisdom, wealth, knowledge, and abundance that Gaia holds, coming all the way up through your entire pillar of light, traveling all the way up into the heart of creation. And as these energies flow in, through, and around you, witnessing the beautiful ball of light that you are in, expanding with every breath you take. And now we invite you to feel into the heart to heart connection between your human aspect and your divine aspect, the highest aspect of your soul that's guiding you through your human experience. And with your next breath, allowing your human aspect to merge with your divine aspect. And as you merge with your divine aspect, feeling yourself expanding into all of this light surrounding you, feeling yourself expanding infinitely, expanding all the way into the heart of creation, expanding all the way into the quantum field where all potential and possibility exists. And as we move into the healing, just staying in your heart, breathing through your heart, connected to the energy of all that is, just breathe and allow yourself to expand into the energy of all potential and possibility. Good. Now we're going to get sacred light open going here. So divine love and light, calling in sacred light open. Good. And just take a moment to connect back in with the sacred container that we created yesterday, or if you have not received that healing yet, just become aware of it being created around you. We're utilizing the Sacred Light Merkaba, Sacred Light Intention Alignment Tool, Calibrate to create, purify, and protect, and the Sacred Light Healing Cocoon. So you're really being held, protected, and transformed within this sacred container.
Good. Now we invite you to just take note of your energy and the energy of your container today versus yesterday, right? We did so much clearing work. So just kind of taking stock, how does your energy feel here in this container now? How does this sacred container feel to you now? We invite you to feel into how much more space there is for you within yourself and within this container. Good. So much space has been created to bring in the higher light frequencies of bounty, which includes love and joy. Good. And now we're going to really bring those higher energies in into all of this newly created space that you have for it, to hold it and anchor it in. We're going to start here by working with the sacred light vortex to accelerate and partner to bring these energies in of bounty, love, and joy. Calling in here also sacred light bounty of the universe, sacred light joy of life, and the sacred light unbounded love of heaven. So getting these running here, bringing these in for you now and into the sacred container. Divine love and light, creator, change it. And just breathe. Breathe into your heart. Breathe into your body. As these energies are streaming in for you, these technologies, the energies that they're holding, that they're bringing for you, the gifts that they're bringing you. Good. Also calling in here the sacred light satellite. So this is that location device. So calling this in, we're going to work with it here to locate in the quantum these frequencies where these exist for you, the frequencies of bounty, of love and joy, to bring them into this now moment for you. Locating the aspects of self, your aspects of self that embody these frequencies. Okay, maybe in another timeline, dimension, reality. Good. So even if you feel lacking in these in this lifetime, your soul has these experiences. Your soul knows these energies, knows these frequencies, and has embodied them fully before. So it's using the sacred light satellite to locate these parts and aspects of self, to locate in the quantum again where these frequencies exist for you, and bring them in for you in this now moment. Also, to work with the sacred light satellite, we're bringing in sacred light open doors to open you to these frequencies right down to the cellular level, these frequencies and to these experiences, okay, of bounty, of love and joy. Just breathing through your heart, relaxing into your body as this all comes through for you and is working for you in the most perfect, optimal way for each of you individually. Bringing exactly what you need in this moment. Good. Bringing your awareness to the sacred light vortex that's working for you, connecting you to and bringing in these frequencies of bounty, joy, and unbounded love. Just allow yourself to soak in these frequencies. Beautiful. And these technologies are also working to anchor all of these frequencies in for you. And they're all working within your sacred container alongside those other technologies that are going to continue to assist you in sort of clearing out any resistance energies that arise as you move into higher and higher levels of these frequencies, move into more of an anchoring, more of a connection, and ultimately more of an embodiment of these frequencies of bounty, of love and joy. Beautiful. And we're going to go ahead and call in the Sacred Light Orbit protection to seal all of this healing in. Sacred Light Filter is also working for you here to anchor all of this healing in for you and into this container. And it's also part of Sacred Light Close, which I'm running here now for you also, to help you to process and integrate all that is here for you, all that's coming in for you here, as well as to anchor it all in. So running these now for you, Divine Love and Light, Creator Cheja. Okay. Beautiful. And we are complete. So you can go ahead and open your eyes if you feel ready. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, move your head around. Come back into this present moment here.
Beautiful. I was receiving a lot. That was powerful.
Just feeling that.
Debbie says that seemed fast. Yeah, that the energy, when we're working with high frequency energies versus, clearing dense energies, when we're really working with those high frequency energies, they do move faster. And so sometimes it does feel like, wow, seemed like instantaneous.
Debbie says today is a 9. Great ending to old things. Love that. Thank you for bringing that awareness to us all here. Deanna says that was lovely. Thank you. You're so welcome.
Interesting. A lot of itching on the back of my head, Sarah. Feels like something was really coming in for you there. Lots of vibrations, so strong. These energies hit my heart with overwhelming joy, a joy of recognition, of love that exists, a love that I thought was missing, but is actually there. How beautiful, Angela
Oh,
Maria.
I love that for you. I love that for anyone who has that. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Leon put you in a deep state, dozed off for a moment, came back. You feel so much better. Good.
Good. And on Facebook, Trina says, I felt so much love. Sylvia says, I felt a beautiful vibration come over my heart chakra. I felt a removal of dense energy. Beautiful.
Love it. Olivia.
So again, we love hearing your shares.
Oh,
I
Jenny,
could feel the energy coming.
Go ahead.
I could feel the energy coming in. Strength and healing from the toes and fingers in waves all the way to the heart. Beautiful.
Wow.
Feeling calm and centered, says Linda.
Love it. Tonight, amazing. So much moving. Jan, wow, stayed awake today. Hey, good for you. Had a complete light show and light notes come in. Amazing joy. Thank you both. Oh, thank you for sharing. April says, is it best to do yesterday's healing then this one? Yeah, I fell asleep again. That's okay. Amazing that I woke up again just as you end. Okay, funny. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're so welcome. Yeah, yeah, I mean, it is best. It's designed. These 2 days are designed as a part 1 and part 2 for the healing components here that we're sharing. So it was by design that we did all that clearing work yesterday to create all that space for you to really, really, to a greater degree, be able to hold these high frequency energies that these technologies are offering and bringing in for people on the planet here.
Yeah, Olivia says, sometimes I struggle to trust that the energy is still running. Is this a common issue? It is common. It is common to try, especially with this work that's intangible. Is this really happening? Am I imagining it? Lots of people feel that way. And what can happen, one of the things that I recommend for my students and my clients is to keep a journal, because sometimes the changes, it's not just that they're gradual and slow. Sometimes they can be, but it's more so that we tend to forget. And the analogy that I often give is like if you have a sliver in your foot and you're walking around, and it's like I cut my foot a while back, and every time I walked, it was painful, and it's all I could think about when I was walking. Or if we have a sliver in our foot and we pull that out and that pain is gone, and we walk around and we forget that we were in pain hobbling around, 5 minutes ago. And emotional pain can be the same thing. So when we change and transform, it's easy to forget where we just were. And so when we keep a journal, it can help us keep track of the changes that are happening. And when we realize the changes that are happening, then it's easier to trust. Or sometimes it feels like it's a long time, like the change is taking a long time. But when we, journal and remember where we were, a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, then, oh yeah, this is working. Okay, I trust it. So it's not uncommon to feel that way, Olivia.
I saw a tree with a really big root system try to come in into a big white house. Wow. Cool.
When we do them again, do we always use them together? You do not have to use them together. You may be guided to one or the other, but they do partner really well together. So when you're repeating the healing, maybe once a week, for the next month, do day 1, and then either the next day or a couple days later, do day 2. Olivia, my eyelashes grew super long instantaneously after using a sacred soul limit. I'm not sure which. I would like to know which one that was.
Who doesn't want to know that one? I love it. You're not supposed
Often
to.
the DNA awakening does stuff like that. So I wonder if it was that. I would be interested to know if you were using that one.
I was going to say,
I,
I don't know if it's fair for you to just tell everyone that and then not know what.
I know. We all want to know.
Oh, I love it. Josephina says, wow, wonderful. The energy today felt totally different from yesterday. Yeah, doing a
Yep.
totally different type of work. More gentle. Yeah, but it was amazing. I didn't know. Let's see. I love the healing. Yeah. So yes. Good. Wonderful. Strong energy, tingling around body, arm movements, shoulders back, move back as if heart area is opening. Yeah. Container felt lighter. Lots of healing been happening. I love it. So yeah, if you think so, these technologies are going to continue to deliver to your systems, this clearing work that we did on day one. But keep in mind that, because we shared this yesterday, I just want to share it again, that going back to that and using it again on other lack patterns, like we guided you, our advice yesterday, right, was to focus on one area of lack, one area that lack is showing up in your life, and focus in on that and allow all the work that we were doing yesterday to work on those specific patterns, right? Well, we tend to have multiple areas that we can work on where lack shows up, right? So you can use that again and again to work on the different lack patterns as those arise for you and as you feel ready to work on those. And then follow that up with this one, right? Because all of that clearing, so much clearing, it's creating a lot of space. So it's really perfect to follow that right up with what we've just done today again, right? To bring that light, increase our light quotient even more, because now you've just created so much more space again. And this is going to continue to, fill up your space with that high frequency dimensional light.
Yes. So just a reminder, same reminders as yesterday with self-care afterwards. Oftentimes when we're working with higher frequencies, the self-care isn't as dramatically needed, because when we're working with dense energies and we're clearing out, we can need a little bit more support. But still drink a lot of water, go outside for a little bit. Kim mentioned lay down for 10 minutes. That can really make a difference, even 5 minutes if that's all you have. One of our favorite ways to really recalibrate is to take a bath, an Epsom salt bath. So if you're able to do that, that's a great way to support yourself. If you're feeling a little spacey, because some of these high frequencies can do that, can make us feel a little bit spacey, dizzy. Have something to eat, some grounding food, root vegetables. If you eat meat can be a great grounding thing. Dark chocolate, walk on the ground, on the bare grass or the sand with your feet, wherever you are.
Some gentle yoga.
Yeah. That movement.
Body. Taking a nice walk outside in the sunshine.
Yeah. Debbie says, I feel more energized afterwards. That's very exactly how you should be, or not should, but how you're likely feeling. I will not go outside. The temperature is 104. I would not go outside either.
So maybe some nice yoga inside and an Epsom salt bath. Is more the route for you. But yeah, Jenny says, I just want to share what Jenny says here. I feel so much comfort with the repetition, with the familiarity of connecting with the higher self, source, and Gaia. So those connection meditations that Alicia and I do, and add the instructions of your tools. It's potent combination. Your voices have energy that heal, obviously, but the instructions are so well received by my being. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Jenny. Love that and appreciate that so much. Appreciate you and all of you here. Wonderful.
Yeah. So
shares. I think let's talk about the class. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So first, before we dive into that, we just want to thank you and honor you for being here, for spending your time doing this work, because all of you are doing this work, not just for yourself, everything that you've done over the last 2 days, but you're doing this for the whole human collective. And so we want to honor that and just thank you for being here. And you may want to stick around and hear about this class now that you've experienced so many of these sacred technologies for yourself. You may be wondering, how can you get your hands on these to use them for yourself and possibly your family and even clients if you do this work in the world? So many of you guys here are doing healing work professionally like we do, or in some capacity. And so, you might want to know, how can I do this powerful work for other people with these tools? So we are very, very thrilled and excited to announce that we are teaching Co-Creating Miracles with Sacred Light certification class for the first time ever directly from Mount Shasta. And we actually have not taught this class live in about 2 years. So it's actually our favorite class. We just have not had the space to teach it. And so we're excited about getting that opportunity. So this entire certification experience will be taught live. So we're actually going to be teaching this live in person to our retreat guests in Mount Shasta, but we're also going to be streaming it live directly from Mount Shasta. And this is going to take place July 28th through August 1st. So even if you are not able to come to our retreat, you can still be in that experience, the classroom portion of that experience virtually, and be in that energy with us in Mount Shasta. So this is actually going to be different than all of the rest of the classes that we teach. So normally when we teach a class, we have a weekly live call, and much of the training that we do is pre-recorded on videos that you watch, and then you come to the live calls and you get the healing and attunements and a chance to ask questions. This is going to be a workshop style class. So you're not going to have to wait, 8 to 12 weeks to get all the information and all the training. You actually get it in just a few days, which we have not done this way before, especially live, like live in person. So, although you can join us virtually. So workshop style class. So it's going to be 2 partial days and 1 full day in the middle there. So Friday, July 28th, it's going to be an afternoon. So 4 to 6 in the afternoon, evening time. These are Pacific times. And then we have a day off. And then Sunday from 10 to 5, I believe. So a 7-hour class is going to be a full, very transformational, life-changing day. We'll have a break in there, an hour break in there somewhere. We can't tell you exactly what time that will be. But we're also recording all of this. So those videos will be edited and broken down into more, bite-sized pieces for you to repeat if you want to. And then Tuesday, August 1st from 10 until 1, we'll be back in the classroom and streaming that live for those of you who are joining us virtually. We're also having a prep call on next Friday, the 21st. So for those of you who sign up before then, you can join us live for that. If not, you can't join us live for any of this. It's all recorded. The prep call was originally going to be just for the retreat guests, but we decided to also include those of you who are going to be joining us virtually. So that's next Friday. And then we're going to be having a final wrap-up Q&A, training, anything that loose ends, that need to get wrapped up, and then answering all of your questions on August 16th. So during these powerful classroom sessions, you're going to discover the practical application of every single sacred light technology that we talked about over the last few days. So that you will have the opportunities to work and play with your newfound healing skills. So we're going to be attuning you. Some of the attunements we're actually going to be recording because we're going to be doing those on location in different places around Mount Shasta where we don't have the Wi-Fi, or cell capabilities to actually do those, virtually, like over Zoom. So we're going to be recording those and then putting those up right away for you so that you can get those attunements. So for example, we're going to be doing some of those on Saturday, and we will do our very best, and I'm sure that we can make it happen to get those up into our online classroom for those of you who are joining virtually, so that you can listen to those if you want to before you come to class on Sunday. And then same thing Monday, we're going to be doing more attunements. We'll get those up for you before the end of the day. I can almost guarantee it, but I'm not going to 100% guarantee it, just in case something goes wrong with the Wi-Fi connection or something. But those will be recorded and available to you. And then all of the training and the rest of the attunements that we're going to do in the classroom, you'll be there for live if you can be there. If not, it's recorded.
Yes, and
You will have
all classes will be in Kajabi, just like I do energetic allergy healing, just like Alicia does with sacred soul alignment. We have our co-creating miracles Kajabi library as well. So yes, everything we're doing for co-creating miracles live from Shasta will be in Kajabi, so it's nice and easy for all of you.
Yeah, so everything's recorded. It will be available in that private membership portal, which we use Kajabi, which is the gold standard for online classes. You'll have lifetime access to everything. So, it's going to be an intense, oh, sorry, my AirPod fell out. It's going to be an intense time together. And so, you may want to rewatch some of the training. So you'll have access to all of that, and it will be edited so that you won't have to sit there for a 6-hour class to rewatch it again. It will be easy for you to go back and repeat. And we do recommend, re-listening to some things, because we have a deeper understanding every time we do that. We pass along so much information that our students come back through our classes over and over and over again, and we hear continuously, I learned something new this time around, because our awareness is always expanding. So again, that is happening July 28th through August 1st, with a prep call next Friday, July 21st. If you register before then, you can join us live, and then a follow-up on August 16th.
Yes, I put the link to the registration page in the comments.
Oh, good. I'll put that over in Facebook.
Go. So yeah, just an important note that we do want to share, though, because there is a prerequisite for co-creating miracles with sacred light. This is an advanced healing. This is called Co-creating Miracles with Sacred Light Advanced Healing Certification course. So it is an advanced healing class. So if you have never done healing work before, or if you're new to sacred light technologies, we do require people take the Sacred Light Level 1 course, which we're making that really easy for you to do. If you don't have, some of you may have it already, but those of you who don't, we're making that easy for you. There's a deep discount on that. And there's actually an option for you on the registration page if you need it. So it will, you've got the 2 different options. One for those who already have Sacred Light Level 1 and don't need it, and just are purchasing Co-creating Miracles with Sacred Light, or the box that's for you if you do not have Sacred Light Level 1 and you need it, and you'll get it as a bundle. So you'll get access to both courses. And the Sacred Light Level 1 it's all recorded, right? So it's self-study, and you can dive into it. It's about 5 hours-ish of training. So wouldn't be difficult to get that in before our retreat time. Retreat, it is our retreat, but before Co-creating Miracles of Sacred Light course begins, you'll have time to do that if you need that. So we're making that easy for you with a really deep discount, and you'll see all of that there on the registration page, those details. There are payment plans as well to help you out as let's talk about the investment here for a moment. So the investment for Co-Creating Miracles of Sacred Light, our 2023 iteration of this course, is $1997. Okay, so or there's a 6 payment plan of $365. So that's for those of you who need that payment plan. We are making that available. It's there for you now. So, and then for Sacred Light Level 1, when you need that, that in that box, you'll see that you can have both for $2097, so $2,097, and there's a 6-month payment plan for that also for $387. So you do save $500 when you pay in full for this live streaming certification course, live streaming experience, or you also would save $997 for the live streaming experience plus of Co-Creating Miracles of Sacred Light plus Sacred Light Level 1. So big savings. Said it was a deep discount for Sacred Light Level 1. We mean it. So we want to just make that easy for you. We know the economy's been a challenge, which is also why I want to just speak to another thing here, because originally we've talked about how originally when we taught this class, I think we had we spent the first couple of weeks really doing some high level clearing work, healing work, activating work, really working with your chakras, your subtle chakra bodies, your subtle bodies. So it was very a transformational class. And then we only had, was that 4, Alicia, or was that 6?
It was 4. We only had 4 healing, technology-based tools. And then we also taught Sacred Light, the tools in Sacred Light Level 1. But that course, when we taught that, was $1497.
Yeah.
And so it's only $500 more. And it is 4 times as many tools now. And the technologies now are far more expansive and upgraded than they were back then. So we're really trying to honor those of you who want to, who are drawn to this work, while at the same time honoring our work and our commitment to this work and what it actually takes to bring this work into the world. It's a way of life, basically, to be able to do this work. It's not just, you get on a live stream or teach a class. It is our entire way of life. And so it's an honoring of both. So we're thrilled that we can offer this class at this price, because it really should be. We've had so many new tools come in the last year that this should be 2 classes, 2 different levels. But we don't have time to teach 2 different levels and everything that goes into that. And so right now, for this particular year, we're putting everything in 1 class, and that may change in the future. It may be two separate classes that would both be somewhere between $1,500 and $2,000. So right now, because of our time commitments, we're putting it all in 1 place.
Yeah. So with the economy being a challenge that we know it is, we're, doing our best to make this as, reachable for as many people as we can. We understand.
Yes.
A price.
Which is why we also have payment plans.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of questions. Linda, I've worked with many modalities and I'm a Reiki master. Does that qualify for the prerequisite? I think you're asking. It does not. And that's because we have certain things that we teach that are integral to this work. And so we really want you to have that. But that's why we made it such an incredible, so Sacred Light Level 1 is $1,000 class on its own. And we made it not that much more to join with Sacred Light Level 1 than without, because we know that there's going to be those of you who actually fit exactly what you're saying. But we also want you to have the specific teachings that are integral to our modality that are important to have.
Mm-hmm. That was a great question. And thank you for asking that question.
And these classes will be in Kajabi. Yeah, we have our own Co-Creating Miracles library, but it's very easy to access and toggle between your different libraries on the app, on the Kajabi app. So the platform we use, actually, you can use it on a web browser, log into Chrome or whatever browser you use, but it also has an app that's free. And a lot of people who teach online classes use Kajabi. It's literally the industry standard. And so it's really easy to toggle between the different libraries that you have on the app without logging in and out. And we can show you that. There's also some questions about the retreat, so I want to address that. Liz, I'm not sure could you give us more clarity on your question? Will these tools be offered as a standalone as well, not with the T class? I'm not sure what you're asking, so if you could give us some clarity on that, we could answer that. You can buy just Sacred Light Level 1 on its own, and that class is $9.97.
Well, it's $7.97.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we have we have offerings, so sometimes we forget what we have different courses.
Yes, Jenny. The total price for Co-Creating Miracles virtual class and Sacred Light Level 1 is just $2,097. So you guys can see we really wanted to make it easy for those of you who don't have that class to be able to join us. Training class. Will we make these tools a standalone? So Co-Creating Miracles with Sacred Light basically is a standalone class. We don't pull each individual, I'm not sure if this is what you're asking, but we don't pull each individual tool out and teach them on their own. We teach it as one class that is a standalone class, but it does have that prerequisite.
Yes. And since some of you are asking about Sacred Light Level 1 and some other things, I just went ahead and put a link to our Co-Creating Miracle website. It's cocreatingmiracle.com.
Good. So how long will this course be available? If you want to join us live for this virtual workshop style class, you can sign up before, before 4 o'clock technically although I'd recommend not cutting it that close to make sure you can get all the information in your hands before you join us, but basically before the 28th of July, if you want to join us live for that. But as with all of our classes, everything that we do, we teach it from a perspective of being able to go through that class on your own as a self-study. So in that way, it's available when you are ready. But there is a really, really great benefit to you being able, especially for this particular thing that we're doing, to be able to join us if you're able to. I mean, of course, not everybody's able to. We recognize that this is an investment. It's a significant investment. But if you are able to join us and be there live for this time that we're going to be in Mount Shasta, we would encourage you to do that because it's going to be special. But of course, we know not everybody can do that, no matter even if you really want to. So it will be available later. Olivia, do you intuitively feel like me getting this course at this time is the right choice? We get those kind of questions a lot, and it would be easy for us to say, yes, we do, if that was true. We do feel that intuitively. And I happen to know Olivia, and she's in my class right now. I know some of the things that you are working through, and I do honestly feel like these technologies would really, really support you. But we don't like to answer those questions for people because we want you to utilize your own discernment and to feel into it for yourself and to come to that conclusion for yourself. So what I would encourage you to do, if those of you, Olivia has asked this question, but I'm sure there's other people who are thinking it. And so what we encourage people to do is to just get into a quiet place and sit with yourself and sit in your heart, and you can call in that energy of this particular class in this moment in time and notice how it feels in your body. Does it feel tight and like heavy and constrictive? And sometimes that's fear. And fear can come up when something's right for us too, because we might fear the change that's going to come in our life, even if it's a good change. So sometimes there's a fine line between, apprehension and the fear of something that's not actually in alignment. But what I generally tell people to do is, get into that feeling, into your heart. And does it ultimately feel expansive, or does it ultimately feel tight and constrictive? And
Yeah.
if you're feeling an expansive feeling, then that's a clear answer. If you're feeling a tight, constrictive feeling, you can ask that feeling, is this, telling me that this isn't the right time or the right thing for me? Or is this just fear of the changes that might come? And you'll get an answer, you'll know.
She got one. She says, I tuned in. It
Oh,
feels really clear, like a waterfall.
that's beautiful.
Love it. Flowing energy.
Yeah, Mary, I wish I could go, but it would be a lot to orchestrate. So that's why we have opened up this virtual class.
Yeah.
So that because, we only have a finite number of spots. And actually, in fact, our retreat is actually technically full right now. So technically, we don't have spots at the retreat left, but we do have. When we scheduled all of this and booked all of the accommodations, we were actually guided to book an extra room, an extra house, because we're providing the accommodations for the retreat. We are actually guided to book an additional house just in case. And so we have the possibility of opening up that extra house. We've had quite a few people emailing us in the last few days, and I think we only have like up to 5 spots in that house. And there's a lot of people that have been asking about that. So if you are feeling called to actually join us for the retreat in Shasta, please reach out to us at hello at aliciahartzell.com, hello at kimberlycarlson.com, or hello at co-creatingmiracle.com. Any of those, go to our support team and let us know, and we can help you with that. But it needs to be pretty quick, because we need to either open up that house or let it go. We do have that on reserve, but it's only a few spots. So,
So we have to know on that within the next 5 or 6 days, I think. So, yeah. So we will. So write in, let us know if you want one of those, if you want us to open up that house. Okay. And then I just wanted to say too, that those of you who are, because Olivia, you mentioned waiting because you wanted to go in person. You're not the first person I've heard that from. So and I'm sure that Alicia has heard from. So what I would say to that is, if finances aren't an issue, I would not wait, right? You need the tools. You want to work with them now. They are so transformational. So what I want to say is that doesn't mean you can't come to the retreat when we hold it next year, because we do provide a discount for those with Co-Creating Miracles who have taken Co-Creating Miracles Sacred Light and want to come to the retreat. We have a few of them coming to the retreat actually now that have already taken taken that class in the past. And we provide a nice discount to help with that. So it doesn't mean you can't come to the retreat next year. We will help make that possible. But if you're feeling called to the tools, why wait a year if you don't have to? So
yeah, exactly. And there's a question about the payment. Is there a payment plan for level 1? There is.
yeah,
We
I
have
put the link. I put the link to co-creatingmiracle.com, the work with us page or classes page. You'll see just that link, or you can go to our website and you can see the classes. And when you click on each class, it'll show you the cost and the payment plans that are available there.
Yeah.
We pretty much always provide a payment plan for people, usually a couple of options. So
Yeah. So we kind of got lost in the questions here, but let's quickly talk about the bonuses before we
we
wrap
didn't
up
talk about the
here.
bonuses.
Yeah.
We have
So we
good
have
bonuses.
yes. So right now this class is actually $24.97, but right now we're offering a $500 discount until the day that we start. After that, it goes back up. So you do save $500 and when you pay in full. And when you pay in full, you also get an extra class bonus. That is a one-of-a-kind custom created masterclass that we're also giving. It was an early action bonus for our retreat guests. That's going to be a live class with 12 additional healing tools across 3 of our modalities. So if you're able to pay in full for this class, you'll receive this extra additional class with 4 sacred light activation style healing tools, 4 energetic allergy healing activation style healing tools, and 4 sacred soul alignments. And we are going to be, we have not handpicked those yet because we're waiting until everybody's in the mix, and then we're going to tune into the group collectively and see what is most in alignment for everyone. But we're going to be hand picking these ourselves, and they're going to be tools that all work together and partner together really well. They're going to be intentionally chosen for those of you who are coming in to this class. So that is a pay in full bonus. It's an excellent bonus, 12 extra tools in addition to all of the 21 technologies. The tools and technologies are a little bit different. The technologies are such big things that can work in so many ways that there's always going to be fewer of those than like the activation style healing tools because they're just completely different things. But you'll get an additional 12 tools as a bonus if you are able to pay in full. And then we have a fast action early registration bonus that is only good for 1 week. It ends on July 20th. So if you register for either the payment plan or the pay in full, you get this bonus if you register by the end of the day on July 20th. And this is a class we taught for Sacred Light Level 1 that kind of gave some major updates to the tools and let's see how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tools that are going to be in Sacred Light Level 4, which we have not taught yet. So this is literally the only place to get these tools. Which is the COVID healing. So when I had COVID, this is just a personal story. I had COVID at the end of 2021, and my hair started falling out, and I was in a panic. And we created the COVID healing. We've been working on it for a while, but we both were having issues from COVID and long COVID. And we're like, okay, we got to get this done. Within about a week of running that tool for myself, my hair stopped falling out, but it addresses many, 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 many things. That's just a personal share. It also, you receive the Sacred Light COVID vaccine and vaccine trauma healing. It is probably or one of the most powerful immune system healings that we have created. In addition to addressing vaccines, including the COVID vaccine, including if you chose not to get the vaccine and you're concerned about shedding and all those other things, it also provides protection against COVID itself. The Sacred Light chronic fatigue healing, Sacred Light parasite release, Sacred Light fungus, mold, and yeast healing, and the Sacred Light sugar flush. We're not going to give you the descriptions of those right here because they're very long, but if you're interested in the descriptions, you can ask us for those. And we've already gone through enough long descriptions for you guys, but it is an amazing bonus. You get immediate access to that actually because it's a class that's already up in Kajabi. So that was a lot of information. We are really excited to welcome those of you who are not only joining us for the retreat, which there's many of you guys here on this call that are going to be there, but also those of you who are going to be joining us for this class virtually.
Olivia, is the pay in full only for the retreat too? There was a different pay in full. We had different bonuses for the retreat than we actually do for Co-Creating Miracles with Sacred Light. There's different bonuses there. So
yeah, there's a really good pay in full bonus for the retreat. And you can take a look at that on the retreat registration page.
okay, Olivia.
All right, Olivia, I'm really excited for you. In fact, the thing that we were working on in class or talking about in class on Tuesday, I was thinking today how perfect the filter would be for helping you with that. So I'm really excited that you're going to be there.
Wow. That's awesome. And look at Josephina.
Yeah, so Josephina has the COVID healing.
Yeah.
She made a recording of that for her friend in Portugal that is a doctor that had COVID, and she said this helped her a lot. I mean, we've heard from hundreds of people how much that COVID healing has made a difference in not just protection from COVID, but it's a pretty aggressive virus, and we've had it. We like to be transparent but we're human too, so we both had COVID, but it helped us move through it. And the long COVID symptoms that we were having was so much more ease than people
and our
that
whole
we know
family,
that don't.
All of our children, our partners, other family members. Yeah, as well.
Yes, Olivia. So that will be a bonus that you're going to get that Sacred Light Level 4 tools that includes that. If I signed up for before the masterclass, does this apply to me as well? Yes, Grace.
Yes, it does. Grace, I'm so glad you're going to be with us for the live streaming version of this course. Good. Yeah. So
okay, getting into this with Christianity, and all the people will say this stuff is evil and not from God. Both of us come from Christian sort of backgrounds. We totally understand that. And we have dealt with that from our own families as well. But quite honestly, these two worlds are not in opposition to each other at all. We have a lot of people that are from all different religions that are part of our modalities. And it's just a little bit of, allowing yourself to hold that higher perspective. But we also have ways to help you guys talk about this kind of stuff with your families or people that are in your life that hold that perspective, because we've dealt with that ourselves.
Yes, we have. A lot. Wonderful, Josephina.
Yay, I'm so excited you're going to be there, Josephina.
Okay, everyone. Are we missing any information, Alicia? That might be hard to imagine that we're missing any information 2 hours in.
Jesus was definitely an energy healer. He was the quintessential energy healer. So yes,
100%.
absolutely.
No doubt.
I think we've answered everything, but if you guys do have any other questions, you can email our support teams. Again, that's hello@co-creating-miracle, no S at the end, co-creatingmiracle.com, or hello at Alicia Hartzell, or hello at Kimberly Carlson.
Yes, indeed. Okay, everyone. Thank you again for taking time out of your days. Yeah, thank you for taking time out of your days to be here with us and everyone that's been a part of these 2 days. We have been thrilled to be able to take this time out of our kind of busy lives too, to be able to be here and to share this information, share the healing. Everyone needs this healing. So it always feels really good, for us too, to be able to bring those of you in our communities that love this work, that are resonating with this work, that are seeking for healing, right? Seeking that higher knowledge and healing. And so we love that we've gotten to be able to do this with you all today and yesterday. And have a wonderful rest of your day or your night, wherever you are in the world.
Actually, I'm sorry, but Asa's comment is reminding me of one more thing that we
Oh,
didn't
shoot.
address.
Oh, I thought of it earlier.
Um,
Oh, there is a detail. I didn't think there could be a detail that we.
Yeah, so there's about over 100 students who've already taken Co-Creating Miracles with Sacred Light before. And for those of you who have already taken this class, we have a very discounted, very special price for you. We emailed that out yesterday. So if you've already taken Co-Creating Miracles with Sacred Light and you want depending on when you took it, between what would that be, 17 and 11 new tools. Go check your email. And if you can't find it, you can email our support. But we emailed all the details out yesterday for all of you.
Yeah. We've given you a very special price for 11 brand new technologies.
Yeah, once you're in our world, we take care of you. We make sure that you are very well supported.
Oh, Lynn, we're so excited to see you in Shasta.
Yes.
We're counting the days. It's not long now before we'll be packing our cars up and heading to Shasta. Wonderful.
All right. I think we're finally done. So again, thank you so much. We will see you all very soon online or on Facebook or in Shasta. And we'll be posting about this and probably popping in and doing a little more healing work here and there between now and the 25th. Oh, we have our Monday calls too. So the next
There's
two
more, right?
Mondays at 11:30 Pacific time will be in our group doing some more healing. So watch for those.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wonderful.
All right. Bye for now, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
See you soon. Bye.